Immediately after the close of our last episode, when Prosecutor Apt discovered he'd been tricked, that Mason might have escaped in spite of all precautions, the police went into action. Again, the building was sealed off. And right now, Lieutenant Tragg's men are conducting a methodical floor-by-floor search in hope Mason is trapped in the building. But at this same time, many blocks away, a taxi stops at a crowded intersection. And a tall, distinguished gentleman walks quickly, quietly into the corner drugstore, goes to the row of public phone booths, and now, a moment later...
Hello?
This, Mrs. Jacobson.
Yes. Who's it?
How are you, Helen?
Well, Mr.
No, wait, Helen, wait. You don't know my name.
I don't... What?
You might think you know who this is speaking, but if I don't tell you, then you don't actually know.
Oh.
So in case anyone should happen to ask you, you can't say who called you because you don't know.
I've got it.
Jake there?
No, he's on the story. Everybody's on the story.
I'll bet it's a good one.
It's getting better all the time.
Yes, well, I can't let it get much better.
No? Hey, how'd you get away?
Out the door.
Jake said they roped off the building.
Well, they unroped it long enough for me to... Look, Helen, I'm rather busy right now, if you know what I mean.
I can guess.
So let's save the explanations for later.
Sure. What can I...
I'm calling about a special delivery letter.
Letter?
Yes, you'll get it in the morning.
That's nice, I guess.
Helen, the material in that envelope is important. I didn't dare leave it in the office with Apt and Tragg around,
Oh.
and I didn't dare carry it with me.
Seeing as how you might be detained.
So I took the liberty of mailing it to you.
Well, that's okay. Where do I
You
bring it?
You don't. You give it to Della.
Huh? She mails it to me. I give it back?
That's it.
Yeah, but Della might be held.
Now, she'll get away after you call her.
Why not let me bring the stuff to you?
Absolutely no. I'm asking for your help, but only up to a point.
Well, but...
Now, no argument, Helen.
Okay. When do I give it to Della?
Well, that is something of a problem. You see, Della is in a little trouble herself.
Oh, then they are holding her.
Well, she can get away anytime she wants to, but
Huh?
she doesn't know that I've escaped.
Oh, so she'll be...
She's probably in my office under guard and not causing trouble because she doesn't know which way to jump.
Ah.
Now, if she knows that you know about that letter, she'll know I told you and that I'm okay, but you will have to be careful. You got that?
I've got it, stranger.
Huh?
I said stranger, because you are a stranger. I don't know who you are. Now, what is it you want me to get over to her?
Oh,
What's the matter with you, Miss Street?
let me alone, will you, Sergeant?
What are you looking so sour about?
What are you looking so sour about?
Me?
You are Sergeant Martin, aren't you?
How do you like that? She tries to cover up how nervous she is by working, then gets mad at me when...
I suppose you're not nervous?
Huh?
Then why are you chewing that cigarette?
Huh?
Why don't you light it
Oh,
instead of chewing it?
now listen.
And take your hat off in this office.
Oh, quit riding
All
me.
right, quit picking at me.
All right. I know you're trouble, Miss Street, but you think your boss is still in the building.
I do.
And he better be.
Tell me, Sergeant.
Now listen.
Since I've got to stay here and look at you, tell me something.
Tell you what.
What did the lieutenant say?
Huh?
Lieutenant Tragg, you know.
Oh, yeah, I know.
What did he say?
Lieutenant's okay.
Oh, then he wasn't mad at you.
I made a perfectly natural mistake.
Oh.
When the lieutenant stops seeing red, he'll understand.
Oh.
Only one thing with Mr. Apt jumping on the lieutenant. Now, don't answer that.
What?
Don't touch that phone.
Don't you be silly.
Look, I'm the law, Miss Street. I was told what to do. I'll answer it. Yeah? Huh? No, there's no Mrs. Jacobson here.
Martin.
Oh, this is Mrs. Jacobson.
Let me speak to her, Martin.
Just a minute.
Give me the phone.
You ought to contact nobody, Miss Street. That's orders.
But why?
I can't help it.
What if it's an important message?
That's just it. You're to get no messages. Oh, wait a minute.
Now what?
I think I'll let you talk to her, but I'll be listening through the switchboard.
That's an invasion of privacy.
Suit yourself. Either I listen or you don't talk.
Oh, all right.
Okay, I've got the switchboard phone cut in now.
Helen,
Hey, what's going on in your office?
everything.
And who is that man?
That was no man. That was an ape called Sergeant Martin.
Who?
Lieutenant Tragg's assistant. Say hello to the lady, Sergeant.
Hey!
Sergeant Martin, meet Mrs. Jacobson.
My, he doesn't sound happy.
Just ignore him, Helen.
Is he still there?
With the other phone clutched in his hairy little fist.
Now you listen.
I'm glad you called, Helen.
Oh, troubles?
Well, you mean you haven't heard?
Part of it. You don't sound too happy either.
Because I don't know anything. I can't even think. I'm so worried. They're searching the building, and if they find Perry...
And they will.
You be quiet.
I'm sorry you feel that way, Della. I can sympathize. I've got troubles, too.
What?
Well, you know that dress pattern you sent me?
Dress pattern?
Yeah, the dress pattern you sent me by special delivery.
Oh, the dress pattern. Yes, it got there all right.
Well, it got here in perfect shape, Della, but it's a size too large.
Oh, Helen.
You'll have to return it.
Oh, really?
Only a couple of dames carry on
It's
over
a very
dress pattern.
special pattern, too.
Another thing, I don't understand the directions. What about meeting me in the morning?
Morning?
In the coffee shop for breakfast, say 8:30?
Yes, that'll be fine.
Well, then you can explain and tell me what to do.
All right, Helen, it's a date.
Now, you'll be able to get away. The trouble and all, you don't think they'll hold you.
I'm sure they won't.
You're positive?
Positive. In fact, the guy for me to see just walked in the door. I'll see you, Helen.
What's the meaning of this, Martin?
It's okay, Mr. Rapp. Some dame jawing about a dress pattern.
A what?
Dress pattern.
Ah.
Well, any luck so far?
No, but we'll keep looking.
It'll take most of the night to search through the whole building, Mr. Ash.
Very
And I
probably.
think you should know that I don't intend to stay here that long.
Oh, you don't? Would you prefer a nice, comfortable jail cell?
I thought you might take that line.
Well, and you aren't surprised.
And not worried either. You can't hold me.
Oh, can't I?
Look, I haven't worked for a lawyer all these years for nothing, Mr. Abbott.
Then you should know the penalty for helping a wanted criminal evade arrest.
It was your idea that Mr. Mason was trying to escape in that packing case. I told you that there were books in it, but oh no, you were too smart to listen.
You saw Mason after he sent us running.
I did not. I didn't see him, and I don't know where he is. So now I'm going to put on my coat and my hat and lock my desk and go home.
Not so fast, young woman.
And on the way, I shall stop and buy a paper. I hope they've come out with some nice pictures of you carrying that case of books.
Mr. App.
Fearless prosecutor bravely catches books single-handed.
All right, Miss Street. For that, I can hold you 24 hours for questioning, and by heaven...
Mr. App.
Well?
Let her go.
What?
Let her go. Go on, Miss Street, you go. You go home, and I'll call down and tell them to let you go.
Why, Sergeant Martin, I had no idea you were so sweet. Huh.
Now explain yourself.
Listen, Mr. App, that phone call was strictly phony.
What?
Now, before that dame called, Miss Street was biting her nails. But after the call, she was full of fight.
Yeah, she did seem to...
I don't know how they worked it, but that dame told Miss Street something.
Yeah.
And they made a date to have a meeting in the morning.
Oh-ho.
So what say we cover it tonight and then cover that meeting, huh? How does that sound to you, Mr. Apt?
I say it sounds excellent. Alert the men downstairs, Sergeant, and right away. Well, it seems that Sergeant Martin was listening a bit more closely than Della realized. In fact, if Martin says that all-important letter to Della in the morning, why... But won't you be there with us? And during the past 12 hours, the police, urged on by Prosecutor Frederick Apt, have been making a grim, intensive search for May Grant and for May Grant's lawyer. But right now, as Mason's secretary leaves her apartment building and strides briskly towards the coffee shop, seems cheerful and unworried, as if she doesn't know she's under close police surveillance. Or if she does know, as if she doesn't care. And when Della reaches the coffee shop,
Hi, Della.
Oh, Helen, couldn't see you behind the phone booth.
Ha. Sit down.
What do you mean, ha?
I mean, ha, you couldn't see me behind the phone booth. Take more than a phone booth to hide me.
How are you feeling, Helen?
Just wonderful.
I must say you're looking wonderful.
Thanks. Your eyes, Miss Street. You lose sleep?
Well,
Huh?
Helen, anybody follow me in here? I don't want to turn around and look.
Oh. Della.
Guess they must be waiting outside.
Oh. So you've been followed, huh?
Mm-hmm. Helen, did you...
I know what you're asking, Della. The answer is yes.
Oh.
I talked to him again.
And?
Well, honey, I hate to disillusion you. I mean, after your sleepless night and all.
What do you mean? Is something happening?
My impression is that Mr. Perry Mason is having a perfectly wonderful time.
What?
I mean it. He's having the time of his life.
Why, that big... I had visions of him sneaking through alleys and sleeping on park benches and starving to death. Is he really all right?
Apparently. And he told me...
Oh, hi, Faye. Helen?
Oh, I've already eaten, Della. I had breakfast.
Oh,
with
go
Jane.
on, have something else. You're eating for two, you know, to coin a phrase.
Well, I could manage some toast and coffee and little scrambled eggs and bacon.
Uh-huh. You'll have toast and coffee and scrambled eggs and bacon. And Miss Street?
Just some toast and coffee for me, please, Faye.
That's no breakfast, Miss Street.
That's all I want, really.
Well, I know how you feel. Miss Street, gee, I'm sorry about your boss. You see what Mr. Apt said?
No, not yet.
Well, your friend's got a morning blade. Here, I'll show you.
Wait, Faye.
Huh?
Wait till after she eats, huh?
Oh, sure, after she gets a little strength, huh? Coming right up.
Let me see that paper, Helen. If App said anything so terrible,
Take
I want
it
to...
easy, honey. Apt didn't say anything except that both Mrs. Grant and her lawyer will be found and hauled before the bar of justice. You know, his usual line.
Well, then why don't you want
Got those notes and papers folded in the newspaper.
Sorry,
When you leave, you can pick up the paper and carry it out.
good. Say, you're pretty cute, aren't you? Now you can tell me what Perry said.
Well, he's going to tell you himself in a minute.
What? Oh, why didn't you tell me?
That's why I picked this seat next to the telephone booth so I could hear the phone ring.
Oh, Helen.
I was supposed to take the call if you didn't get here, but... Oh, now, why the compact, Della? He can't see how you look over the phone. Anyhow, you look okay.
Thanks. I was just taking a quick look around the room.
Oh, phone's ringing.
I'll get it, Faye. No, I'll answer it for you, though. Hello, coffee shop.
Is this you, Sally Lou?
What?
Sally? Is this you, Sally Lou?
Perry Mason.
Why, sure. This is John.
Really, Perry?
That's right, John. How you, honey?
Perry, what in
I
the
got
world?
me some good news, honey.
Oh?
Yeah, I got me away to Atlanta.
How?
Why, I'm driving down with Mr. Norris.
Who?
Mr. Norris, he's driving down to Atlanta, and I'm going with him.
Well, honey, I just think that's fine.
Mr. Norris is taking me for less than the bus fare, Sally. Isn't that grand?
Why, it's just wonderful. Now, will you stop talking like a poor man's little Abner long enough
Mr. Norris is right here with me, Sally Lou, dear.
What?
Mr. Norris is right here.
Yes, he can hear you.
Uh-huh.
And he thinks you're a Southerner?
Uh-huh.
More than I think. What did he do, advertise for a passenger and you went...
That's right, Sally Lou.
And you want those papers?
Ooh, you ain't just whistling Dixie, sure.
Well, honey, you all tell me where to meet you.
Uh-uh.
Now, Perry.
You just send a little old messenger. You send it to Mr. John Smith.
Perry, please.
John Smith, and I'll be here in the lobby of a little old hotel down here on Market Street called the Regal.
Will you let me bring them?
Uh-uh. Don't y'all try to leave where you are with those papers, Sally Lou. You know, the boss watches you too close.
I can sneak away.
No, you watch too close, Sally Lou.
But I want to go with you, Perry.
You got to work, honey.
Listen, I've got a bag packed and checked and right in the terminal.
Oh, I'd love to have you, Sally Lou, but your boss, he won't let you off.
My boss is a...
Nice man. I think he's a nice man.
Come on, Perry.
Oh, he's a sweet little old man. But he don't want you going off on no trips.
Well, you're going to have all the fun.
Yeah.
And I'll be worried sick.
Oh, but I'll be true, Sally.
Oh, come on. You know what I mean. No. Got any last-minute instructions?
No. Just don't worry about your little old John down there in Atlanta. Oh, yes, there's one thing. You remember Aunt Em?
Aunt Em? Oh, May Graham?
Uh-huh. Well, she's just fine now. She's got her nice little old place out in the
Oh,
country.
she's safe, Perry.
Uh-huh. Now, you get that stuff off to me by messenger, boy.
All right.
And think about your John once in a while.
I'll think about you. You know I'll think about you.
You send that stuff right away now, and I'll tell you goodbye now.
Oh, Perry. Oh, all right, goodbye. And good luck. Good luck.
What's the matter, Della? You look
Nothing.
nothing.
No, everything's
You look-
wonderful.
Told him goodbye, huh? Well, I guess he wants this stuff sent by messenger.
I won't even get to see him.
I told you he was having a good time. You want my hanky?
I'm not going to cry. And if I do, it's only because I'm so mad.
Mm-hmm.
Helen, I've got a bag all packed and ready to go.
But he says no?
I know him. It's all right for him to take a chance, but when I want to help him...
Well, he's right, Della.
I know he's right. You don't have to tell me.
Well, it looks like somebody better. He's a fugitive. If you slipped away from the cops watching you, then you'd be a fugitive.
I know.
But it is a shame. You could be of help to him.
If I could just sneak away without... They're watching me so closely.
Here you are, girls.
Oh, thanks.
I brought some extra jam for you, Miss Street.
Thanks a lot, Faye, but I really can't eat a thing.
Aw, Miss Street.
Never mind, Faye. I'll eat it for her.
Did you get upset or something?
Something.
You really can't eat?
No, really.
Well, I guess I know how you feel, worried about Mr. Mason and all.
Hmm.
Poor guy. And such a nice guy.
Oh, you know him, Faye?
Yeah, my kid brother started hanging around with a tough crowd and got into a scrape. Mr. Mason helped straighten him out.
Oh,
So in my book, he's a nice guy, no matter what Mr. Apt says.
me too.
I'll give you girls your check now, if you don't mind. I gotta leave.
Oh, you going off duty already?
I gotta take a tray over next door. Old lady likes her breakfast brought to her.
What was that, Faye?
I'll leave your check now. I've got to take a train next door to an apartment. Here's your check.
Wait a second. Just a second.
Huh? Did I add it up right?
That apartment building, has it got a rear entrance?
Sure. It's hard to say which is the front entrance.
In other words, you could walk into one entrance and walk right through the building and then walk out on the other side.
Sure. You just go down the hall.
And
What
catch a
about-
taxi on the other street?
Sure, but...
Della. Oh, Della.
Say, what did I miss, Miss Street?
Faye, I'm going to ask you a favor.
You are?
Of course, I'll pay you.
For what?
Faye, you have an extra white uniform, haven't you?
Sure.
Right here?
Well, in the dressing room.
Della, go ahead.
Oh, that's wonderful.
What do you care about my uniform?
Faye, I could just hug you.
Do you know what she's talking about, miss?
Yes, Faye, I'm scared to death. I do. Go ahead, Della. I'll go out and get you a taxi.
Well, it's quite apparent that Miss Della Street doesn't intend to let Mr. Perry Mason, or Mr. John Smith, if you prefer, monopolize all the fun. In fact, if Della's little scheme works out, Mr. Smith is going to get those papers via a messenger dressed in a waitress's uniform. That is, if her little scheme doesn't fall on its face. We'll learn more about that tomorrow, so be sure to join us, won't you? It's not yet 9 o'clock in the morning. As across the street from the coffee shop where Della met Helen Jacobson a few moments ago, Police Sergeant Martin nods to another man standing quietly on the street corner, then steps into a cigar store. And a moment later...
Give me Lieutenant Tragg. This is Martin. Lieutenant? Martin. Yeah, I got her sewed up tighter than a drum. Sure, I'm sure. I'm calling from across the street. Yes, sir, she's inside, and we followed orders to a T, Lieutenant. And we're taking no chances on her spotting us. No, sir, no sign of a contact yet, except that Jacobson woman left a few minutes ago. Miss Street is still inside, and... Oh, Lieutenant Tragg, that's no good. I don't care what Mr. Apt says. Picking her up won't do anything. Now wait till she tries to meet Mason, and when she does, then lower the boom. But Lieutenant Trey... Well, just give me an hour. Okay, Lieutenant, but I still think... Yes, sir, I know you think Mason won't show if he hasn't shown by now, but just the same, I think... Well, if that's the way you feel about the way I think... Okay, well, you don't have to yell. We'll pick her up. It'll take me a little while to get set up, Lieutenant, sir. Just the same, Lieutenant, sir. Nothing's going to happen. We've got her sewed up tight. No, I better do what the lieutenant says. And if he's wrong, it's his neck.
Well, it's true enough. Martin has got the coffee shop well covered. But Martin can't see inside, where Della is following the waitress Fay towards the employee's dressing room.
This is it, Miss Street. Better duck in quick before the boss sees us.
Now, where's that extra white uniform, Fay?
Hey, I was telling you to hurry.
Please, I don't know how much time I've got.
The uniform's in my locker. Let me set down this tray.
All right, I'll just slip off my dress while you're getting it.
Put it on the bench by the tray. It just came back from the laundry. Oh, gosh, maybe it won't fit.
Oh, we're about the same size.
About, but this uniform is tailored kind of...
Okay, give it to me.
Stick your arms through.
Starchy. It seems all right.
You haven't buttoned it yet.
Button it if I have to... Oh, I pinched myself. Now, listen, will you tell me one more time, Fay, while I pack myself into this thing? The tray goes next door, is that right?
Yeah, the next entrance. You can't miss it. Mm-hmm. It's breakfast for the old lady in 1B.
On the ground floor?
Yeah. After you leave the tray for her, you can keep walking right down the hall and come out on the other street.
Where Helen will be waiting with the taxi.
Your friend?
Don't ask questions, will you, Fay? Gee, this is tight.
You mean the uniform?
Yeah, well...
Better be careful how you sit down.
There. How does it look? Well, not that good. I'll just roll up my own dress. You want to stick this in your locker?
Where do I send it?
Just keep it. And my purse, too. I'll get a couple of things out of it.
There's a pocket in the front there, but don't try to put too much in it or you'll...
Is this enough for the uniform?
Oh, too much. I'll give you change.
Oh, keep it, Fay. If this works, it's worth it. And if it doesn't...
And if it doesn't, it won't make any difference?
I keep telling you, Fay, please don't ask any questions. What you don't know won't hurt you.
I read the papers. I don't have to ask questions.
What?
Lawyer disappears. Cops want lawyer. Cops watch lawyer's secretary, waiting for her to lead them to the lawyer.
Fay.
Secretary goes in restaurant, puts on white uniform, walks out right past the cops carrying a tray of breakfast. Cops look at uniform and ignore secretary.
Well...
I figured something else, too. I'm going with you.
Fay.
Just in case something happens, I can maybe stall them long enough to give you a running start. If you run in that uniform, you'll be able to run right out of it.
But I can't let you get...
Miss Street, honest. Mr. Mason did my kid brother one big favor and wouldn't take a cent. Not even the little I could offer him. Let me help you help him, huh?
But, honey...
You're no crook, so what can they do to me? Come on, let's go.
Well, wait a minute. Let me put this newspaper on the tray.
The lady didn't order a newspaper.
It isn't for the lady. All right.
I'll go ahead and see where the boss is. It's okay. Nick's adding up a check at the counter. Just keep walking. I'll pick up another tray.
Well, hurry.
I'll catch the door.
This is the tough part.
You just walk ahead of me.
See anything?
Guy standing at the curb.
Stop that, Fay.
That wasn't me.
What?
That was the guy whistling at you.
Where? Oh, that's a police officer. I recognize him. Is he?
It's okay. He wasn't looking at your face. Okay, this is it. Just walk in through the door.
Whew.
Oh, Miss Street.
Fay, you're as white as that
I'm
uniform.
not used to this, but I'll be okay. And you better get going. Just keep on down the hall to the street. If your friend's got a cab waiting, it'll be right outside.
I don't know how to thank you.
Don't try. Good luck.
Thanks. Wish this uniform weren't so tight I could run. No, I think I'll run anyway. Well, this is it. Regleton Hotel. Hope I see Perry. I'd feel awfully silly paging Mr. John Smith in a waitress's uniform.
Della.
You scared me. Oh, Perry. Horn-rimmed spectacles.
You and what is that you've got on underneath that coat?
It's a waitress's uniform. Perry, you look so different.
Maybe. But I'm the same guy who told you to send a messenger with the... You got what you were supposed to send?
Yes, right here in the newspaper.
All right, give it to me fast. Why'd they get up? And why didn't you send a messenger?
This is my disguise. I used it to get away from the police following me. I had to bring these things to you, Perry.
You remember I said to send a messenger?
Yes, but I got clean away.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought there might be some last-minute instructions.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't let you go without saying goodbye.
Mm-hmm. Miss Street, you didn't by any chance have some thought in the back of your head of talking your way into going along, did you now, Miss Street?
Why, I never... Can't I go, Perry?
No.
I could help you.
You could, and if it weren't for the risk...
Oh, risk.
They're looking high and low for me, Della. I may never get out of town at all, and if I'm picked
I'll
up...
take that risk.
No, give me those papers.
Wait a minute, Perry.
No, nothing doing. Mr. Norris is on his way down to the lobby.
Who's Mr. Norris?
The salesman. He travels back and forth to Atlanta. Now, listen, I don't want to have to explain you to
that
him.
would be easy. Look.
Wedding ring.
Yes, dear.
Oh, cut it out, will you, Della? Now, get moving before Norris...
Well,
no.
Mr. Smith, well...
Oh, Mr. Norris,
Yes, Mr. Smith?
Well, go on, John. Introduce me to the man.
This is Sally Lou, my wife.
Oh, your wife. Well, that's always the way. The pretty ones are already claimed.
Why, Mr. Norris.
Why, I thought you couldn't get away, Mrs. Smith.
Hmm?
Well, your husband told me you couldn't leave your job, even to say goodbye.
Why, he did?
But here you are.
Here's little old me, and I've got some wonderful news, Mr. Norris, some scrumptious news. Guess what?
What?
I can go with him.
What?
I was just going to tell him my boss let me off.
Now, Sally Lou, you know your boss won't let you go for a whole week.
Oh, yes, he will, honey. My boss is just the nicest man. I told him my husband had to go back home to Atlanta on business, and he said, now you just go on along, Miss Smith. Isn't that fine?
Yes, that's just wonderful.
Isn't it, though?
But, well, we can't work it out, honey. There's not enough room, not enough money.
Oh, plenty of room, Smith. Plenty of room.
Oh, but Mr. Norris, you
now,
said
I'll tell you what. Since the little lady went to the trouble of getting off her job...
the little lady's going to lose her job.
Oh, no, John. My boss is the nicest thing.
Well, I'm going to be nice, too, Mrs. Smith.
Are you?
You come on along, and I won't charge you a cent.
Why, Mr. Norris.
How's that, Smith? 2 for the price of 1.
Well, you're very kind,
Oh,
sir,
it's
but
just wonderful. Isn't he the nicest man, John?
Oh, he's just
John, I
lovely.
could kiss you right here. I'm so happy.
Yes, and I
Aren't
could-
you happy, John?
Oh, yes.
You all ready to leave, Miss Smith?
Well, I just have to stop by and pick up my bag in the front.
Well, then I guess that's everything. Atlanta, here we come.
Now Della is smiling in secret delight as she starts on the trip with Mason and Mr. Norris. But Della doesn't know that she's also starting on a strange and exciting and dangerous adventure. That long before they reach Atlanta... Oh, by all means, join us tomorrow. Well, although Perry Mason is not wanted for murder, he is wanted for helping his client escape from jail. May Grant is wanted for that crime. And so the search for the missing Mason and the missing May, and now for Mason's missing secretary, is an intensive search, spurred on by pressure from prosecutor Frederick Apt. Yes, Mr. Apt would give a very great deal if he could know that at this very moment, Perry Mason and Della, as John and Sally Smith, are riding peacefully in an automobile of one Mr. Norris, a salesman on his way to Atlanta. In fact, right now, as they come out of New York's famed Lincoln Tunnel, Mr. Norris switches on his car radio and...
Oh, that's good.
But I'd like to pick up a news broadcast.
But you want me to tune it for you?
Oh, no, that's okay, Miss Smith. I can do it.
Mysterious disappearance of the defendant and her lawyer, Perry Mason, Prosecutor Apt is quoted today as saying it is only a matter of time.
Fella Apt is really on the ball.
Mr. Apt says that all enforcement officers have been alerted, that he expects the apprehension of Mason and his client in a matter of hours.
That's really
There is some reason to believe that Mason is trying to reach the Middle West, or further, perhaps Denver, Colorado.
Really something.
But the police believe that Mason is still within the boundaries of this city. Your attention is called to the descriptions of the wanted persons. Perry Mason is 6 feet.
I've heard those descriptions so often, I know them by heart now. Now, Mason is just
Tell
exactly...
me, Miss Norris, do you travel down to Atlanta very often?
Oh, sure, Miss Smith. Company sends me back and forth by every month.
Oh?
Now, but to get back to that Mason thing.
Miss Norris, I
Golly,
think...
Lou, don't interrupt the man.
Well, I've got a theory about it, Smith.
Yeah?
Now, you take Mason. He's wanted by the police and the prosecutor's office, and they want him real bad.
Yeah.
Well, they'll skin him alive if they get their hands on him.
Yeah, I reckon old Mason better keep out of their hands.
Well, that's exactly what I mean.
What I mean.
So now Mason has to get out of the city. Now, the cops are watching the buses and planes and the trains. You can bet on that. So, why don't Mason get out of town this way?
What way?
Well, just like we're doing. Now, you look at all this traffic, all the way to the Jersey Turnpike. Now, Mason can get in a car, get on one of these through main highways, and just breeze out.
Gone with the wind, huh?
Oh, that was a book about Atlanta.
Huh?
Gone with the Wind, honey.
Oh. Well, speaking of books, did you read where Mason pulled a fast one with a crate of books? He went on...
What's the matter?
We're getting to the toll gate now.
Uh-oh.
Hey, look at that. There's police looking in the cars as they pass the toll gate. Say, I'll bet you they're looking for Mason.
Oh, no bet.
Maybe the cops figured the same way I did. Looking for Mason to try to leave this way.
You need change for the toll fare?
Oh, no, I'll take care of it, Smith. Part of our bargain. What you pay me is gravy anyhow, just a way to cut expenses and get some company.
What I mean is, have you got the right change?
Well, no, just a $5 bill, but they'll give me change.
Oh, well, here, Mr. Norris. Here's $50. Save a little time.
Why, thank you, Smith. I'll pay you back. You remind me.
Sally.
Yes, John.
It's exciting, isn't it?
Oh, isn't it, though?
More fun.
Yes, sir. They're looking in every car.
Yeah, I reckon I'd better put on my glasses. So I can see them good. Oh, well, what do we care, huh, Sally?
Huh?
All we care is going on our trip, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Just being together. That's all we care about, huh? Oh, I'm awful glad you could come along, Sally.
I know.
Looked for a while like you couldn't.
Well, we're almost to the gate. Hey. They pulled that guy out of line up there. They're really looking.
Well, it was a nice trip while it lasted.
Here, I'll roll my window down.
Come here, Sally Lou.
Why, John.
Come on, give me a little kiss.
Why, honey, what'll Mr. Norris think?
Oh, no, don't you mind me. Say, I'll bet you folks haven't been married too long.
No, not too long.
Come here, Sally.
John, those policemen are looking.
Well, you let them look. I guess a man's got a right to kiss his own wife.
Here you are.
Hey.
Oh, they're newlyweds, officer.
Oh, honey.
Well, that didn't take so long.
No, it didn't.
You know something, Mr. Smith?
No, what's that?
When your wife said she could come along, well, I had an idea maybe you weren't too happy about it.
Why, Mr. Norris?
Oh, I was wrong, I'll admit it, but, I think you're glad she's here.
Oh, yeah. Would look kind of funny if I'd latched onto you when we went through.
Huh?
I said I'd been right lonesome.
Well, you're really glad she's here, huh?
Oh, I mean.
What about you, Miss Smith?
I just wonder,
Yes, Miss Smith?
do we go through any more toll gates, Mr. Norris?
Now, little baby, Kitty's gonna take the wrappings off you. There now. And pull the cork out of baby. Kitty's gonna pour a great big drink out of baby.
Put that down.
Anna, if you don't quit sneaking up on me like that,
If
I'm
you hadn't
gonna...
been adoring that bottle, you'd have heard me.
You mean my little baby? You want one, Anna?
No.
Okay.
And neither do you.
Oh, no. Now listen, Anna. I played along with you, but now you let Kitty and her baby alone. Mrs. Grant's run away, and Mason's run away, and there's not going to be any trial. Not today or for lots of days. So, Kitty's going to have fun with baby.
I'll say you are. Put that down and listen to me. I haven't got much time.
You sound like you're going away someplace, Anna.
Yes.
John going too?
Yes.
Well. What do you think of that? Leaving Kitty all alone for a while.
Uh-huh. In a way.
I'll miss you, Anna. But I'll manage to comfort myself.
With a bottle, huh?
Oh, Anna, you know you can trust me.
I've got to. Kitty, I think I know where Mason's gone.
Just so he stays gone.
Oh, no, Catherine. Haven't you guessed yet why Mason disappeared? He could have stayed and fought for himself.
Mr. Apt said Mr. Mason was in trouble and so on.
Mason could handle Apt without any trouble. No. Mason is on the trail, Kitty.
Anna, he can't be.
It's the only reason he's become a fugitive.
Well, you've got to stop him, Anna. You've got to stop him.
Now, that's what I'm going to try and do. But that isn't all, Kitty. There's Mrs. Grant. Mason hid her away, and Mason's smart. She won't be found in a hurry.
Good. Let her rot wherever
no,
she's...
again, Kitty. No, indeed. Marcel's murder has to be cleared off the books.
Oh, yes.
And until she's convicted, there will always be a question if she's really guilty. Maybe after a while, somebody will start looking for the answer to that question. She's got to be pulled out of hiding.
Yeah, I can see that, but
now,
I don't...
That's what you're going to do while we're gone.
Me?
Now, I won't be here to supervise you, Catherine. Anna won't be on hand to make sure you behave yourself.
Then I do what?
The baby.
Huh? Oh, now, Anna, you know I'll leave the bottle alone if you tell me
yes,
to.
Dearie, you certainly will. But I didn't mean that baby. Dorry.
Dorry?
You will start immediate action to have Dorry turned over to you.
Anna!
She's your little girl, isn't she?
Yes, but you know how I feel
Your
about...
own little girl living with foster parents.
But, Anna, I can't stand
Your
kids.
little girl you love like poison, dearie, but still she's yours. Now you start that action, Kitty. See that it gets in the papers. When she finds out why you're after Dorry, she'll come out of hiding. Explain it to Apt.
I can't tell Fred how I feel about that brat.
No, not that, dearie. Oh, my, no. Freddie Apt must think you love your little girl. But Freddie has a mind of his own. He'll see the possibilities and set the trap. Now, you make yourself some coffee, brush your teeth, and then go see Freddie. Meanwhile, I'm going to put this baby in the garbage can.
Well, already Mason's action is bringing results, and for the first time, Anna Hurley is trusting Kitty with an important task. But, by the same token, the pressure on Mason is doubled, because Anna's right. A threat to Dorry would pull May Grant out of hiding. So by all means, join us on Monday.
Well, John?
Dear.
Well?
I couldn't find out, Anna.
What?
I checked. I checked every way I knew how. There's no trace. Anna, I tried every trick I could think of. You know, if anyone could trace Mason, I could. Why, even the police are baffled too, Anna. All I need is a little time. I've never failed you before, Anna.
No, not before.
In just a little more time.
You fool.
Anna.
There isn't time. What's the matter with you?
But I did the best I could. There simply isn't any lead.
Oh, yes, there is. There must be. Particularly for you. You know what he's doing.
Yes.
Following a lead to the nursing home.
But how? And why? Why should he even think of the nursing home?
If I knew that, I'd know the answer.
But we didn't leave a trace.
Mason must have found one.
Well, yes, maybe. Certainly he must have found something, or he wouldn't have put himself so far out on a limb.
We've got to stop him, John.
Anna, shall we go out to Minnesota and wait for him?
No, you fool. We mustn't let him get near Minnesota.
Then
we have to find out where he is now. We've got to stop him now.
Oh, we will.
Now.
We'll find him and we'll stop him. You know, Mason's hampered. The police are after him. He's on the dodge, Anna. He's got to be careful.
Not careful enough.
With the police looking.
Not hard enough.
He's not on a vacation, Anna. He's got trouble.
Not troubles enough. Of course. I'll buy him some trouble.
What you say?
While you waste time, I'm going to do something.
Waste? I'm doing the best I can.
Oh, shut up and hand me the phone.
What?
The phone!
Oh. Here, my love.
Dial Apt's office. Go on.
Yes, my love. Anna, what?
Just shut up. There's someone answering. Hello? I'd like to speak to Mr. Apt, if you please. Oh, yes, I know he's busy, but this is terribly important. Really important. Oh, well, just say, why, yes, say it's a public-spirited citizen. That's right. A public-spirited citizen who detests publicity. Yes, I'll wait, dear.
What are you up to, Anna?
Trouble for Mr. Mason.
What?
Go upstairs and get Kitty, John. She's seeing Apt later, and I want to brief her beforehand. Mr. Apt? Oh, well, I can't tell you my name, sir. No, I really can't. However, I know what I've got to say will interest you, because, well, it concerns Perry Mason. Are you listening, sir?
Well, up until now, Perry Mason and Della have had very little trouble, as under the names of John and Sally Smith, they've been driven southward by the salesman, Mr. Norris. Oh, Norris had done a lot of talking about the places he's been and the things he's seen and his business triumphs, and Perry and Della have learned that Norris considers himself a very sharp fellow indeed. But for the last hour or so, Mr. Norris has kept returning to the subject of the fugitive lawyer, Perry Mason. And Mason is beginning to notice a speculative gleam in Mr. Norris's rather close-set eyes. Now, as they drive through a little town just south of Baltimore...
As I was saying about that Mason thing...
What road are we on, Mr. Norris?
What's that, Miss Smith?
What road are we on?
Oh, well, this is the little back road I happen to know. We stay on this a few more miles and then turn southwest for Atlanta. But now about Mason...
Isn't this kind of roundabout?
But, I'll make a confession, Mr. Smith.
And what's that?
Well, I've got a friend just outside of Washington. I want to stop off and see him.
Well, but I thought...
He's a very good friend, a close friend, and I always stop and see him. You don't mind?
Well, no, I don't guess we mind, only we were kind of anxious to get to Atlanta.
Well, Mr. Norris, you were going to tell us about this here car deal.
Car deal? Oh, you interested?
Uh-huh.
I got this car off my cousin Don. Now, old Don's got a big farm outside of Marietta, Georgia. Got more money than sense. But gamble. Oh, man, how he does love to gamble. Cards, pitching horseshoes, shoot dice, don't matter to him.
He's a dyed-in-the-wool gambler, huh?
He was. Till I cured him.
Oh, just a second, Mr. Better slow down going through this town.
Oh, I'm glad you reminded me. Some of these Maryland constables are real tough. Anyhow, about old Don. Now, one of my trips north, I had my old car then.
Yes, your old car. Well, isn't this a pretty little town, John?
Yeah, it sure is.
Well, now, let me tell you. I got me some trick dice.
What?
Well, the kind of dice you can roll any number you want. Supposed to use them for tricks. See?
Ouch!
Huh?
Well, I caught on before you dug your elbow in my ribs, Mr. Norris.
Well, anyhow, I played a trick on old Don.
With crooked dice.
Tricked him right out of his car. I'd have got his farm, too, if his wife hadn't busted up the game.
You better slow down a little more.
Well, I'm just doing 40, and I'm watching out behind.
I hope you can spare a glance ahead occasionally.
Oh, now you just relax, Miss Smith. Yeah, I'm going to turn on the radio.
Say, I was very interested in that dice game.
No, I'll tell you all about that in a minute. I want to get the news.
Well, it's after 6 o'clock.
Oh, who cares about the world news? I want to see what's cooking on that lawyer
Oh.
and that fella Mason.
Yes, I know who you mean.
I still think a good way for Mason to get loose would be to just get in the car and go. Don't you think so, Mr. Smith?
You're not on the station.
No, I'm not.
Mounting election.
That's it.
There's been a new development in the search for Attorney Perry Mason.
Yeah, you hear that?
A news release has just come from the office of Assistant District Attorney Frederick
Well,
Apt.
maybe they've caught Mr. Mason.
Mr. Apt has announced that an anonymous, public-spirited citizen has just posted a reward of $1,000.
Hey.
$1,000 for information leading to the location of Perry Mason. Mr. Apt
$1,000.
says he does not know the identity of the public-spirited citizen. However, he says that the citizen is a woman.
A woman?
And Mr. Apt says the reward is bona fide. He's holding the money in trust to be given to the person or persons deserving.
Hey.
Now to the sports roundup. Baseball officials.
$1,000.
A public-spirited citizen.
Yeah. It didn't say a word about that missing killer, Mrs. Grant.
Well, what's that?
Mason's client. Maybe they think she committed suicide after all.
Yeah, maybe.
But somebody sure wants Mason caught. Man, a whole $1,000. Somebody's going to latch onto that.
They'll have to spot Mason first.
$1,000 is a big help to the eyesight, Mrs. Smith. Yeah, $1,000. That takes some thinking about.
And you better slow down.
We're almost out of town. Man, what I couldn't do with $1,000.
Such a pretty little town, isn't it? So clean and nice.
Say, I wonder what you'd have to do.
What was that?
I mean, if you spotted Mason. Just call the police, huh, Mr. Smith?
Oh, John, isn't that the prettiest little house?
Where is that,
one on
honey?
the bluff with the white shutters right there on the hill.
Boy, if I
There's
had
a
that
little boy
$1,000.
playing out in the yard. You see him?
Oh, say, Norris, you better
Kenny,
watch yourself.
Great
there.
big $1,000.
Look out! That child's wagon is rolling.
What happened? What?
You hit a child's wagon.
Was there?
No, there was no child in it. It rolled down the drive to the street.
Wow, I'd hate to be dodging a hit and run. Here, let me pull it out from under the car and get going.
Well, wait.
Wait, nothing. This is a tough little town, and we can get held up. Come on, give me a hand.
Are you all right, Bella?
Now that I know there wasn't a child in that wagon.
All right, then listen a minute.
Come on, help me, Smith.
Yeah, just a minute, Norris. My wife is a little shaky. Bella, did you notice anything about Norris? I mean,
The way he's been looking at you.
yes, ever since he heard about that reward.
Hurry, do you think he suspects who you are?
He suspects if he's even half as sharp as he thinks he is. And I know he's fully as crooked as I think he is.
Harry, look, that man.
Huh? Oh, from the house.
I seen you. I seen you.
All right, now take it easy.
You tore
mister.
up my kid's wagon.
I said take it
This
easy.
is trouble.
That wagon rolled right out in front of us.
I caught you red-handed. I'm going to call the law.
The law.
Bad trouble.
Can he call the
You
police?
fellas come whipping through town
Bella,
like 60.
anybody
You'll
can
learn
call
your
the
lesson.
If
police.
you just let me explain
I
this
got
stuff.
eyes. You can't talk yourself out of this.
There's no help for it, Bill. I've got to get us out of it. Here goes.
Well, Perry Mason ran into trouble much sooner than Anna B. Hurley expected. Trouble due to the reward Anna posted. Because Norris was thinking about that reward so hard he didn't see the wagon. And as we'll learn, Perry Mason's troubles have only started. But more of that tomorrow. It's a little past 6 in the evening, immediately after the close of our last episode. And in a small town a few miles south of Baltimore, the car belonging to salesman Norris is pulled off the side of the road. And Norris himself stands in front of his car, arguing heatedly with another man over the wreckage of a child's wagon. While inside Norris's car, we hear...
Well, I've got to straighten this out, Bella.
Perry, I wish you didn't have to get mixed up in it.
Well, the way Norris is handling it, he'll get us mixed up with the police.
You just try it, mister. Just try it. I'm going to call the law. And you just keep talking. I'm taking your license number.
What's the matter, Norris?
Oh, this guy's acting tough, Mr. Smith. He
I'm
gave me-
insisting on my just right.
But I couldn't help hitting your kid's wagon.
We'll let the law say about
He
this.
won't listen to reason. Now, come on, let's go. This fella's crazy.
You just try to drive off. You won't get out of the county. I got your license number.
Why?
Oh, wait a minute, Norris. Now you let me talk to him,
We'll
huh?
let the law decide. I'm standing up for my rights. I'll call my brother.
Well, what's your brother got to do with it?
He's a constable.
Your brother's the... Oh, no.
Just a minute, mister.
Huh?
You better call a lawyer before you call anybody.
I don't need no lawyer.
Oh, yes, you do. You're in trouble.
I'm in trouble. When you ran over my kid's wagon,
You don't know much about legal liability.
Maybe I don't know big words, but now my brother...
Well, let me tell you something.
Yeah, you go on and tell him, Mr. Smith.
See, it's your responsibility to keep your child's toys off public streets. Now, this is a public street. And that wagon rolled right in front of this car.
You trying to say I'm responsible?
The law says you are.
Well, my brother's the law in this here town.
Mister, the laws of public liability pertain in any man's town.
Well, go on, Mr. Smith. You tell him. You go right ahead and tell him.
Now, this wagon here created a public hazard. Yeah, you can be held liable for damages to this man's car.
What?
You can?
So, if you try to cause trouble for us...
I can make him pay for my car?
Yeah, you could.
Well, now, look here. Now, you just look here, mister. Look how the paint's all scratched up and the radiator grill's all bent.
Now, well, you two fellas are trying to fast talk me.
Oh, now, wait.
There must be $15 or $20 damage to my car.
Be quiet now.
Say, what are you, mister? A lawyer?
I'm a guy who likes to avoid trouble.
You talk like a lawyer.
Never mind that. Now, let's get down to cases.
Now, I ain't paying you no money. I'm going to call my brother.
Let me finish. Now, we don't want no trouble. And neither do you. So I'm willing to be fair.
Fair? How do you mean?
Yeah. Hey, do you think this will cover the cost of a new wagon?
Hey, $10. And look at the wad of money in that wallet.
You're giving me $10?
Yeah, to get your child a new wagon. Is that satisfactory?
Well, sure.
Well, then it's all settled. Now, you better go tell him.
Yeah. You're a square shooter, mister.
Hey, what about all this junk here?
You keep it. You paid for it.
All right, Norris, let's get rolling.
Oh, no, wait a second, Mr. Smith.
Huh?
You got us out of that jam awful slick.
So?
Awful slick. Now, if you hadn't have stepped in, well, we'd have got all tangled up with the police.
Well, we're all cleared now.
Well, no, wait.
What's on your mind?
Is what you said true about that guy's responsibility?
Maybe I was bluffing.
Oh, no. You knew what you were talking about. You know the law, just like a lawyer.
Norris.
What about damages to my car? Maybe I should stay and make him pay. Or maybe you don't want to talk to the cops, Mr. Smith.
So that's it?
Well, no, I'm just a poor man, Mr. Smith, and I'm saving you a lot of money, carrying you with me all the way to land.
Yeah, but we're not there.
Yeah. And you got a lot of money in that wallet of yours, Mr. Smith.
Meaning you want me to pay for the damages to your car? Is that it?
Well.
Here.
Well, thank you, Mr. Smith. Hey, that's only a dollar bill.
Yeah, to cover the damage to your car. Those other dents are old ones.
Oh, smart guy, huh?
I'll get along.
You're not the only smart guy, Mr. Smith.
Look, Norris, let's get going. Huh?
Okay, but let's stop and eat. There's a good place just down the road, Robbie Lee's roadside restaurant.
Just down the road?
Mm-hmm. I'll drag this junk out of the way and put it beside the road.
But I'll see you in the car.
Perry, thank heaven
Wait
you
a
got...
minute, Della. Norris is pretty sure.
Perry.
And with a $1,000 reward riding on my neck.
Norris is money hungry. Perry, what are we going to do?
I think I know what he's up to.
Well, I don't.
Well, I can't explain to you now, but whatever you do, follow my lead. And follow my lead exactly, Della.
This is Robbie Lee's restaurant.
Well, if the food tastes just half as good as it smells.
Oh, it's just as good. A little expensive, maybe, but Mr. Smith don't care about that.
Oh, there's a table over there.
We'll have to wait to get served, but that'll give us a chance to talk.
Well, that's good, because we want to talk to you, too.
Yeah? Well, after I've had my...
Well, you better hear me out first. We've reached the end of the line, Norris.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, we decided this is as far as we go. Sally and I made up our minds to strike out in a different direction. Ain't we, Sally Lou?
Huh? Oh, yes, sir, we sure have.
Oh.
What does that mean?
Going to Denver after all, huh?
Denver?
Well, that's where they thought you wanted to go.
Who's that?
Why, the police. Miss Street.
Oh.
Well, I'm glad you see I'm too smart to be fooled anymore.
You know, evidently you got us mixed up with some other
Oh,
people.
now don't start that, Mr. Mason. I should have known when I first saw you.
Norris.
And when I heard you laying down the law to that fella back there, all of a sudden...
Norris, your thoughts are your own concern. As far as we're concerned, this is the end of the road.
Now, you know better than that. There's a little something to settle first. Okay, I'll say it. What about that reward?
What about it?
Well, when a public-spirited citizen puts up $1,000 to know where you are...
If I'm Mason.
I figure it's my duty to let her know. Now, I'm a public-spirited citizen, too. Besides, I'm just a poor guy trying to get along, and, well, I've been thinking.
Go on.
I'm a reasonable guy.
I'm waiting.
But if I keep my mouth shut, that $1,000 just flies out the window. Unless...
Unless I come up with the money, in which case you would keep your mouth shut?
That about covers it. And now, don't think of getting tough. All I have to do is
I wasn't
yell.
thinking of getting tough. I think maybe you have a reasonable proposition.
Oh, Perry.
We have to deal with him, Della.
Now, that's being smart.
Only, Mr. Norris, if I give you the money, how will I know that you keep your mouth shut?
Oh, you can trust me. Now, you just hand over that
Wait.
money?
There's a little string attached.
Yeah?
We want you to take us back to Baltimore.
Well, what kind of a chump do you take me for? You think I'd go anywhere with you after holding you up for $1,000?
Now, look here, Norris.
Now you look. You just peel me off $1,000, and you go your way, and I'll go mine.
And how do I know that you'll keep your end of the bargain?
Why, I'm giving you my word.
Ha!
But it's up to you. Now, I can tip off the police right now and make $1,000, or you can give it to me. I don't care. You just make up your mind.
Doesn't seem there's much choice.
Now, you're being smart.
Just the same.
Why?
We start passing around that kind of money in here, somebody is sure to notice it, so let's step outside.
Yeah?
Just out in front. Nothing can happen to you.
Is this a stall?
What, are you too lazy to step out in front for $1,000?
You try something and I'll yell.
Now you're stalling.
Oh, we can wait a minute.
Where are you going?
I want to use that phone a minute to call my wife. I just happened to think I promised to call her right at this time. Now, don't look at me like that, mister. You can watch me. I'll be calling long distance.
I'll do better than that. I'll go with you.
I don't think so. I don't think so at all. A man likes to speak to his wife personal.
Well, then wait until after...
Mr. Mason. Now, you get this straight, son. You're in a lock. You gotta trust me.
I do?
Yeah, or I'll turn you in. Now, you just stop worrying. I'll be right back.
Perry, he's going to call the police. I just know he is.
Watch him.
Why, he is dialing long distance.
Which means he's too smart to call the local police.
What?
We're only 10 miles from Baltimore, but he'd have to call long distance to call the Baltimore police.
Oh.
And if that's what he's doing, we're in a spot.
Isn't there any
One
way
thing
to...
sure, I'm not going to hold still for Norris's trap. Now, look, Della, the next 5 minutes are the payoff. Now, listen, and listen well. This is what we're going to do as soon as Norris steps out of that phone booth.
Well, Mr. Norris considers his position most fortunate. He stands to make $1,000, maybe $2,000, if Mason pays off and Della's suspicions are correct. But you've just heard Perry Mason say he doesn't intend to hold still for Norris's trap. And yet, what can Perry Mason do? Well, we'll learn tomorrow, so won't you join us? A few hours ago, when Anna B. Hurley, posing as an anonymous public-spirited citizen, posted a $1,000 reward for information as to the whereabouts of attorney Perry Mason, Anna hoped for quick results. But the results are coming a lot faster than even Anna hoped for. For right now, in a roadside restaurant about 10 miles south of the city of Baltimore, Della Street has been sitting tense, concentrating on what Perry Mason has been telling her.
You understand now, Della?
Yes.
Now, I'll check as soon as Norris steps out of that phone booth.
He's watching us, Chief.
All right, let him. Don't look at him. Now, let me see your lipstick.
Lipstick?
Yes, and lean forward so that he can't see you. Hand it to me on this side. Good. It's got a great, big, long metal case.
Yes, of course, but why?
Maybe no reason. I'll know when Norris steps out of that phone booth. Now, here he comes.
You folks ordered yet?
No, not yet. You speak to your wife?
Everything's fine in Georgia.
That's good.
And everything will be fine in Maryland as soon as we finish our business. You ready to hand over that $1,000, Mr. Mason? You don't care if I quit calling you Mr. Smith, do you?
Just as long as you don't say it too loud.
Well, we'll finish our business in a minute. First,
Now, where you going?
I want to check up on a plane schedule. Since we've reached the parting of the ways.
Plane schedule, huh?
Just sit here and talk to Della.
Wouldn't be thinking of trying to run out on me, would you?
You would see me if I did.
Remember, all I gotta do is notify the cops to get the reward. If you try. You know, I don't care where I get that $1,000.
Just relax, Norris. I'm only going to phone. Yeah, I just put in a call to Baltimore. Are you the same young lady? I just put in a call to the police department of Yeah, that's right. Connect me up again, huh? And hurry, please, ma'am. Let me speak to the same policeman. Uh-huh. That's right. My name is Norris. I'm calling from Robbie Lee's restaurant. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh, yes, ma'am, yes. Hello, this here's Norris. You the man I just spoke to? Yeah, about that Perry Mason thing? What if I do sound different? I'm excited. Wouldn't you be? Well, now look, Sergeant, there's been a change. Now, just a minute. I couldn't help it. Mason changed his mind here. He wants to come back to Baltimore and catch a plane. That's right, him and the woman. Denver or someplace. That Atlanta trip was just a blind. Oh, no, he won't wait, Sergeant. So all you got to do is be waiting at the airport. Sure, I'm sure. You think I want to lose $1,000? Well, we'd be leaving right away. He's in a hurry. Yeah, that's right. Now, you're not going to forget my name. It's Norris. E. Norris. Now, I aim to get that reward, Sergeant. Yeah? Yeah, that's it. Double E. Norris. All right, goodbye. Double crosser.
Find out what you wanted?
Yeah.
Now, I'd be willing to have you folks come along with me. I got no hard feelings, you understand?
Uh-huh.
But since maybe you got a few hard feelings, I guess it's just as well you're heading west.
Yeah. Mr. Norris and I are going to step out in front a moment, Bella.
Oh? Now, just a minute. I changed my mind. I don't much think that I will step out of this room with you, Mason.
Scared?
No, playing safe.
Well, look, let's understand each other, Norris. I will not hand over that much money in here, and that is final.
But now, look...
The parking lot is well lighted. Well, think it over. Wait while we eat.
No, that'd be too late.
Too late for what?
Well, I mean, you sure you got the money?
Look in this wallet.
Yeah.
Well?
Okay, let's go outside. But we'll stop right outside.
Oh, sure.
Where are you going?
To the parking lot. I've got a lot of money on me. I need light to count it.
Yeah.
You're getting a good break, you know that?
Yeah. I sure can use that $1,000. You know, I'm going to get shut of my wife.
You what?
Going to buy me a divorce. Always pecking and heckling me. How come I spend so much money? How come I'm gone so much? Hey, now listen, this is far now.
Well, there's your car. We'll stand over by that.
I'm watching you.
Oh, you're a cute lad, Norris. I wouldn't try to double-cross you.
Huh?
I said you're cute. Tricky.
Cut out the talk and hand over the money. Hey, what are you looking at?
That's funny.
Huh? What?
That pretty girl there going in the restaurant.
Girl? Where? What girl? I don't see any girl.
Maybe you can't see, but you can feel, can't you? No, Norris, don't move.
Oh, I ain't moving.
Make sure you don't.
What's that cold thing pressing against my neck?
You mean this?
Oh! A gun. Take that thing out of my neck.
And I said don't move.
Oh, I ain't, but...
All right. Della?
The parking lot attendant's way over on the other side.
Good, then we're all alone.
You ain't gonna shoot me here. You can't.
No?
I know you got better sense
You're
than
right,
trying
I won't shoot you here, but...
Oh, now stop talking like that.
Then get in the car.
You talk to him, miss. Now you tell him.
Let him have it here, baby.
Oh, no, please.
Don't wait, baby. Let him have it.
I'd like to, and I will. It gives me the least bit of trouble. Now get in the car.
I ain't moving. The police...
I talked to the Baltimore police, smart boy. They aren't coming.
Oh, no.
Now get in. No, wait a minute. Stand still while I get your keys.
You got him?
Yeah. Here, you take them, and you drive, Della.
Okay, baby.
head back for Baltimore. Watch your speedometer. Look out for a little side road, a mile and a half up.
Mile and a half.
That's right. When you come to it, turn to the right. There's a concrete culvert.
Okay, baby.
And step on it.
Oh, Mr. Mason.
You shut up. We'll turn up the road and get rid of this. Then we'll beat it out of town.
Oh, Mr. Mason,
Plane
please.
leaves in an hour.
Please, Mr. Mason.
I said shut up.
Oh, I'm a poor man, Mr. Mason.
You better enjoy this ride, Mr. Norris.
Don't take that thing out of my neck. Let me turn around and look at you, Mr. Mason.
Enjoy the
I'm
scenery, Norris. This is your last ride.
Oh, Mr. Mason.
You tried to double-cross me.
I got a wife and children.
We'll send him flowers.
Oh, you don't want to do nothing to me.
Oh, there's the side road.
You're just teasing. You
Watch
don't
the
really
ruts.
mean
It's a dirt road.
Yeah, I see. It's a real bad road.
Yeah, make as much time as you can.
Right.
I'll tell you when to stop.
Okay, baby.
Oh, now, please, Mr. Mason.
No, don't turn around and be quiet, or I'll let you have it now. All right, this is far enough, Della.
We've come 5 miles, baby.
All right, leave the car lights on. All right, Norris, outside.
Outside.
You heard me?
Oh, I don't want to get out.
Let him have it in the car, baby.
I don't want to spoil your
Oh,
upholstery.
Mr. Mason.
Out.
Oh.
All right, now just walk to the front of the car.
Now, Mr. Mason, you gotta listen to me. And take that gun out of my neck
Let
a
me
minute.
do it, baby.
Oh,
Just
stop
let me.
talking that way, man.
Stop here.
Oh, Lord.
Let me do it, Perry. Let me do
No,
it.
this is my
Oh,
job.
you push it through my neck.
This guy tried to double-cross me. This is my job. But you can hold this a minute, Della.
Oh, don't let her get her hands on that gun.
Just hold it.
Yeah, well, I cut the labels off his coat. Here, you got it?
Got it.
All right. Now, I'll take the identification out of his wallet.
Please listen, Mr. Mason.
No. All right, Della, let me have it again.
Go ahead. Blast him, baby.
Get set, Morris. I'm going to let you have it.
I ain't gonna stand still. I'm gonna run it out of here.
Come back here. Come back.
Would you mind giving me back my lipstick, baby?
Careful, it's loaded. All right, Della. Now, back to Baltimore.
Baltimore?
Yes, it's nearest to the trains and
We've
buses.
got Norris's car.
Norris is going to stop running sometime. And when he does, he's going to start to think.
We could make Washington.
No, I pointed the trail for Denver.
Are we still going to Atlanta?
Yes, but separately.
Separately?
We've got to split
Oh,
up.
now,
I'll
Perry.
explain on the way back. Come on, get in, Della. We are in a race now.
Well, Perry Mason is right, as I can promise you. He and Della are in a race. A much more desperate race than even Perry Mason suspects. But more of that tomorrow. So be sure to join us, won't you? It's 9 o'clock in the evening, 3 hours after the close of our last episode. As in the apartment of Kitty DiCarlo.
Then you understand how I feel, Mr. Apt. Fred.
Yes, and it's a good idea.
More coffee?
No. A most intelligent idea, Catherine. Demanding that Dory be turned over to you immediately is a very good move.
Now, wait, I'm not asking for Dory because I'm smart.
Eh?
I'm lonely for my little girl. Very lonely.
Oh, of course. You're a good woman, Catherine.
Oh, it's so nice to hear you say so.
You only want your little girl, but just the same, when May Grant hears what you're doing, she'll come out of hiding. Of course, you don't care about that.
Oh, no.
But when she does...
She'll be punished.
All of which doesn't dispose of Mason.
You'll find him.
I'd give a great deal, a very great deal, to find Mason. See that he gets what's coming to him. He made a fool out of me.
Oh, Fred.
Oh, yes, he did. The newspapers are saying... Well, never mind. I'd better go to my office.
At this time of the evening?
Yeah, I have to prepare those papers. We'll spring the action on William Grant tomorrow morning.
And I'll have Dory in a few days. Now, I wonder...
Are you expecting a call?
No.
Well, you better answer it. I left word I'd be here.
Hello? Why, right here. It's for you.
Oh, thank you. Frederick Apt speaking. What's that? Baltimore. When? Norris, you say?
What is it, Mr. Apt?
Yes. Yes, I'll be right down.
What is
A lead on Mason. A report that he's in Baltimore.
Oh.
I can't explain now. Where's my coat?
But
This could be the big break.
Well, can't you take a minute and
No,
tell...
not now, Catherine. I've got to go. Good night.
You'll let me know.
Yes, I'll call you the moment I have time.
Must be a real lead. I guess I better call Anna. Well, answer it, Joel. Anna.
Yes.
I was just trying to call you. Mr. Apt just got...
I heard. I was listening.
Oh, checking on my phone calls, too, Well, this time you can tell me what it's all about.
Apt didn't?
Apt left like he was on fire. He just told me Mason was reported in Baltimore.
He was. And he got away.
Oh. Apt seemed to think he was...
Apt thinks they're on the trail. I think they're following a false trail.
Trail to where?
Denver.
Why false? You don't know where Mason's going.
I know he started for Atlanta, riding with a traveling salesman.
Norris? Apt mentioned his name.
Yeah, Norris. Norris recognized him, but Mason got away before the police could nail him.
But why Denver when Mason started for Atlanta?
Mason's smart. Before May Grant escaped, he pointed a trail to Denver.
So?
And he let Norris overhear something. Something that made Norris think he was going to Denver from Baltimore.
Then the Atlanta trip was just a blind.
So the police seem to think.
But they'll check Atlanta, too, won't they?
They'll check everywhere. But Mason's smart.
Well, if you know he's going to Atlanta...
Well, that's where I'd go. And I'd get him, if I knew.
Well, then it looks like you'll have to sit tight.
No.
But if you don't know...
Kitty. Kitty. Wasn't your husband from the South?
Marcel?
No. Lee Sloan, your first husband.
Why, yeah. That's right. He was from the South. Mississippi.
You're positive? Not Atlanta?
No, he was from Mississippi. He was from... Wait a minute.
Well?
Lee had relatives in Atlanta, if that means anything.
Catherine.
He had an uncle, Thaddeus Sloan, but he's dead.
Oh.
Maybe his aunt's living.
Well, you don't know?
No, she was alive 6 or 7 years ago.
Well, then she might be living there now. And if she is...
What about it?
She could be Mason's lead.
To what?
Does this aunt know anything about the nursing home?
Nursing home?
Did you ever tell her anything?
You should know. I'd never mentioned...
Oh, did you?
No!
Well, that aunt's got something to tell Mason. Some information valuable enough to make him a voluntary fugitive.
It fits together, Anna. Mason's going to Atlanta to find
What's
out...
Mrs. Sloane's address?
I can't think, Anna. You've got to stop him. If Mason ever finds out what was going on in that nursing
Shut
home...
up.
If he finds out what I was helping you do... You told me you'd stop him, Anna.
I told you to shut up. Now, don't even think about it.
Don't think... You know why I drink like a fish sometimes? Why the sight of a kid makes my skin
Kitty.
crawl? I never stop thinking about what went on in that...
I told you to shut up.
You can slap me. That doesn't change it. Sometimes when I get to thinking
Now,
about
don't
what went...
hand me that routine, dearie. You were nothing when I picked you up, and you haven't changed. You drink because you like to drink. And you enjoyed working at that nursing home.
Maybe I did then.
Your trouble is that you've got a hangover from that. Like you got a hangover from drinking. Hangovers will never stop you from drinking, or anything else. You see, I know you, Kitty.
I guess I'm a bad girl,
Through and through.
You're right. It was fun. Like I got more fun out of acting innocent in court and watching May Grant squirm than I ever did acting in pictures. You know the most fun of all, Anna?
What?
Watching Marcel when I shot him.
Yeah. I guess you are a bad girl, Kitty. Now, you get me that address, Kitty, and... long distance? I want to call it Atlanta. Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah. Person to person.
Meanwhile, hundreds of miles away in a small second-run movie theater in the city of Baltimore...
Della.
Oh, Perry, I thought you'd never get here.
What's the matter? Why are you looking so unhappy?
Well, do you realize how long you've been gone?
I got here as fast as I could, Della.
Will you look what's playing here? Wouldn't you know? Kitty DeCarlo in Sweethearts of the Pioneers.
Well, never mind that. Did you get my ticket?
Yes, did you get mine?
Yes. Your train leaves at 11:02.
Okay, now here's your bus ticket. Your bus leaves at 11:30.
Your baggage check is with your ticket.
Yours, too.
Now, when you get to the station, you'll have to be careful. Norris has probably reported in.
Well, by the time we leave...
Listen, Della. Norris has a weird story to tell the police. If they listen at all, they'll question it.
Well, that's right. Police are always swamped with leads when a reward is posted.
That's it, exactly. But if they do listen to Norris, they'll realize that we've had several hours to get out of town.
Yes.
And reasonably, they'll expect us to have left town.
Yeah.
So they'll concentrate on the buses and trains that have already left for Denver and Atlanta.
We hope.
Well, that's the way we've got to play it.
We could wait a day and then...
You're forgetting that public-spirited citizen who posted the reward.
The woman?
You can bet that she isn't waiting. We've got to get to Atlanta, and without delay.
Yes, of course, you're right. Well, all right, tell me what to do when I get to the station.
Well, don't try to keep from attracting attention.
What?
Well, don't advertise yourself as Della Street, of course. But get a red cap to carry your stuff. Be a little fussy about your accommodations. Load yourself down with books and magazines and candy and so on.
What about you?
I'll get on the bus. I've got to. We've been held up long enough.
For which we can thank that public-spirited citizen behind Kitty DeCarlo.
Well, I guess that's everything.
Yeah, I guess that's it. Well, what do we do now?
We might as well go in and watch Sweethearts of the Pioneers.
Are you kidding?
Safest place for us.
Oh, Perry.
No, just a minute. Something else. When you get to Atlanta, register in a hotel under a fictitious name, of course, and get a few hours' sleep.
And meet you when and where?
1 o'clock, Atlanta time.
1 where?
Make it the City Park, southeast corner.
Southeast corner. Isn't that where there's a statue of General Sherman or someone?
Della, there is probably a statue, but believe me, not a statue of General Sherman.
Oh.
Let's go in and watch the movie,
Well, even if Perry Mason's plans do work out, and he and Della get where they're going, we know there is trouble waiting for them in Atlanta. Trouble and danger and excitement. So join us again tomorrow by all means, won't you? A wonderful thing about this great country of ours is the variety in places and climates and people. We lose sight of that variety sometimes. Portland, Maine, and Portland, Oregon have a lot in common. Yet, under the similarities are differences. For instance, this street in Atlanta leading to the city park looks like 100 other streets in 100 other cities. But if you, like the tall gentleman walking toward the park on this Atlanta street, if you had just come from another part of the country, you'd notice the difference. Of course, if you had the same things on your mind the tall gentleman has on his mind, you'd be particularly alert. You'd stop when you lit your cigarette, glance casually around you. Yes, you'd be very alert, because if you were that tall gentleman, you'd be a fugitive from the law. You'd have a price on your head, and your name would be Perry Mason. And you'd also be very much relieved when the pretty girl standing on the corner looks at you more and tried to keep from smiling, but couldn't hide her radiant smile as...
Perry. Perry, oh, Perry.
Hey, you that glad to see your boss?
Oh, Perry. Oh.
Worried, huh?
Yes.
So was I.
Oh, I got here all right.
Yes, so I see. That in clean clothes, freshly washed face.
Yes, you managed to shave.
Well, the way you were smooching me, it's a good thing I did.
Oh, stop it. Did you get any sleep? Well, you weren't so upset. Where'd you stay?
The Henry Grady. And you?
Biltmore. Oh, Perry, I was so worried.
Oh, did you have trouble?
No, but have you seen the papers?
Oh, fugitive lawyer and secretary reported in Baltimore.
Salesman E.E. Norris tells weird story of car theft by wanted pair.
Isn't funny.
I'll say it isn't. Every time somebody looks at me, I get the shivers.
I know.
Kind of spoils the fun.
fun, you said?
Well, I've never been to Atlanta before, and it's so pretty.
They have an efficient police force.
I read a thing at the hotel. Did you know that Atlanta is the highest city of its size or larger east of Denver?
Why, Della, you've made my day complete.
Yes, I thought you'd like to know.
Speaking of Denver, apparently Mr. Norris came through.
Yes, I read his statement.
And I'm certain the police have been alerted here, too, so... Well, so long as they concentrate on Denver.
Yes. Well, where are we going?
Mrs. Sloane's. I checked the address. We'll get a cab on the corner.
Oh, Perry, can't we walk? It's such a lovely day and such a pretty street.
Oh, it's too far, Della.
Oh.
She lives on the edge of town. Of course, you can walk if you like. Meet me there.
Now, you listen to me, Perry Mason. After all I've gone through, I'm just as anxious to talk to her as you are.
I know, but if you really want to walk...
I'll ride.
Are you sure?
Hey, taxi! That answer your question?
But Atlanta, like other cities, has streets that aren't so pretty. Narrow streets, twisting between dark little stores and dingy hotels, and taverns with private rooms behind the bars. Private rooms, such as the room to which Anna B. Hurley is being led by a tall, stout, middle-aged man dressed in a light spring suit. A man who stands courteously aside as Anna walks in front of him.
After you, Anna. Sit down, Anna. I think you'll find the chairs comfortable.
This is a lot more impressive than the auto room, Dixie.
Only special people see this room.
You're looking well, Dixie.
Your home climate agrees with me, Anna.
Yeah, we miss you in the big town.
I got what I wanted and got out. You're looking a little bit worn, Annie.
I'm all right.
Hard trip?
Fast.
This thing must be getting you.
Dixie, nothing gets me.
How about a little snort?
Huh?
Drink. Got me some extra special stuff on the desk. Want it straight or have you turned sissy?
Straight.
You bring John with you?
Yeah, he's here at the hotel. John needs his sleep.
But not you, huh?
No. Let's get down to Casey's, Dixie.
Now, wait a minute. Take your time. Here's your drink.
Thanks. Here. Give me. Now.
Give me a glass. I'll pour you another.
That was enough.
This here's real country corn. You can use another. Anyhow, you know what the governor of North Carolina said the governor of South Carolina.
Dixie.
Here's your drink.
Give me a report.
Take it easy, Annie.
Well, you can take all day to get something said, but I'm used to quick action. Or have you forgotten?
I didn't forget.
You've been down here in the cotton country so long, Dixie, you've slowed down.
Think so?
Slow as molasses.
I don't look all worn out.
Because you don't do anything but sit around and talk. Now, if you've got to talk, say something.
I get around to doing a little something, Annie.
Tell me about it some other time, right now.
It does me a little of this and a little of that.
Did you manage to get around to putting a watch on Mrs. Sloane's house? You did?
Let me have your glass.
Well, that's something.
Put a watch on her right after your phone last night.
Has Mason shown up?
No sign of him yet. Yeah. This here liquor is real, Annie.
You got a good man watching?
Pretty fair.
Local?
Little town across state.
Not so good.
You'll do.
Will he follow orders?
Yeah.
He's got Mason's picture?
Drink your drink, Anna.
Dixie, can he shoot?
He's real good with a rifle. Drink up, Miss Anna.
Rifle? Well, where does Mrs. Sloane live?
A big old place on the edge of town, pretty far out.
Then a rifle's all right. He can hide on the grounds and get Mason when he walks in.
Well, I reckon he could, but he won't.
Won't? Well, you said he'd follow orders.
He'd better.
You didn't tell him to get Mason? Dixie, I distinctly told you.
Yeah, you were telling me so fast I couldn't get a word in edgeways.
Go on. Let's have the rest of it.
I'm getting around to it, Annie. Only don't rush me. Now, here's the rest of it. My boy don't shoot Mason for you, that's all.
What's the matter with you? You know I'll pay. And you know how much I'll pay.
Annie, you could offer me money's mama, and I wouldn't do it. They don't make enough money for me to do it.
No?
And before you start getting mean, don't threaten me, Annie.
I know enough on you.
Maybe. But you're out of your territory now. This here is my stomping ground.
Are you threatening me?
I'm just giving you some facts, Annie. Some plain home truths. And here they are. You got stuff on me, but something tells me you don't want any big trouble now. And get this, Annie. Start stomping with me, and you'll get big trouble. But there's no need of you and me talking like this.
So Big Dixie's turned chicken.
You don't understand.
I know chicken when I see it.
Annie, I ain't chicken. Things are different here.
Just another hick town.
That's all you see, Annie. A hick town full of slow-moving, slow-talking folks who look like they never did nothing fast in their lives. But these people will fool you, Annie, and the cops will fool you. Oh, no. This town ain't big enough to pull something like that on a man as big as Mason. Not and get away with it.
Dixie.
Now, you wait and let me finish. You're not home now.
I never
I'm willing to help you in limits. I got a man out there watching for Mason, and the minute he shows, my man will phone me.
And then?
And then all you got to do is tip off the cops. And Mason's out of action.
But not permanently.
For a long time. Do it the easy way.
That's your advice?
Uh-huh.
I don't like it.
Then pull you in somebody from out of town, Annie. Nobody here is going to do it for you.
You'll see to that, huh?
You ain't going to stir up no hornet's nest here, Annie.
I haven't time to send for some real men.
That's too bad.
But...
You can't have none of my boys.
Don't worry. You know, Dixie, there's a good rule to follow wherever you are.
That right?
Any place, any time. Don't send a boy to do a man's work.
Seems to me I've heard that said.
I don't have to send for anybody. And I don't need your boys.
You thinking about doing that little job of work yourself, Annie?
If I did, I know it'd get done. Pour me another shot of that stuff, Dixie.
Well, knowing how Anna B. Hurley's mind works, Perry Mason might be lucky if he does fall into the hands of the Atlanta police. Well, I can promise you excitement and fast action in the immediate future. So join us by all means on Monday, won't you?